And now, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rimes.
All right, welcome to the show. Thanks for spending time with us here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We're powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Realty, and we help you as a consumer advocate, helping you to sort through a lot of the nonsense in the mainstream media and also a lot on real estate, of course. You know, recent news that just hit is the Pinellas County property appraiser, Mike Twitty, he's been on the show several times, but he just put through a new bill that is this disclosure of estimated ad valorem taxes. So it's passed unanimously through the committees, and it's on its way. It's called a transparency bill, essentially helping people understand how much they're going to pay in taxes for that new property purchase. Also, Florida Doge now up to $1.97 billion. Let's call it $2 billion in wasteful and excessive spending throughout the state, and they haven't even made it all the way through all 67 counties yet. So we're kind of keeping a close eye on that. And that's all part of Governor DeSantis, Blazingolia's effort to eliminate property taxes, maybe significantly reduce or possibly eliminate property taxes in the state of Florida. And what a great idea. We're behind that all the way here. We have Thomas King joining us in studio, Florida Firearms Academy. We're going to talk with him. He's got some recent current events coming up and also a bill that he wants to discuss, 217-217 bill. So we'll talk with him as well here on the program. As you know, we always like to feature our real estate listings live on air. It's part of a strategy that helps us sell faster for more money with less headaches, maximizing the exposure and the profit on the sale of our real estate listings. So let's take a look at one of my favorite listings right now. We've got a beautiful listing here at 2488 Del Rio Way, Dunedin, Florida. Beautiful home right in the heart of Pinellas County, right in Dunedin. You're close to Honeymoon Island here. This is a completely renovated and updated property at 2488 Del Rio Way in Dunedin, Florida. We have a beautiful listing here in Tampa Bay. Also, 369 West Winds Drive, Palm Harbor. A great opportunity to buy real estate right here in Palm Harbor area. Beautiful listing. This one's 332. You got 1414 square feet, quarter-acre lot. This one's in Baywood Village, a boater-friendly community. Bring your boat, bring your jet skis, back it down the ramp there, and you're out into the Gulf of America. Great opportunity to live that Florida lifestyle to the fullest. You know, real estate's all about lifestyle. It's about the life that you build with your family. And this is a gorgeous home, renovated property in Palm Harbor right here in Tampa Bay. It's a Gulf front community offering a low HOA fee. It's an optional HOA as well of only $60. You're close to Sunset Beach, Dunedin, shops, Caladesi Island State Park, and more. You can see all of our listings online at platinummvpteam.kw.com, and you can see all of our radio and TV show expert contributors at consumerqb.com, and you can link over to our YouTube channel. Just surpassed 1 million views there as well on our YouTube at consumerqb.com. That's right. Shout out to all our veterans out there. Thomas King back in studio. Welcome back, sir.
Hey, $2 billion in wasteful spending. I'm probably very guilty of that, too.
Yeah, not
I always
quite
see
that
stuff
much,
online.
Yeah, you went do a little wasteful spending.
Online spending. You buy all this stuff and you throw it in the junk drawer and you're like, why did I buy that?
Yeah,
the midnight spending.
Yeah, exactly.
Wasteful spending, yeah, I'm sure that's a lot, and it probably goes into a private account for a trust fund for some politician somewhere.
Well, you know, they got Broward County schools taking $100,000 trips across the Alligator Alley there to the Ritz-Carlton in Naples.
Worth
on
it.
The taxpayer dime.
You know, Josh Wolstahl, he
Yeah.
texted me, and he was telling me all these crazy things going on, but he's one commissioner that I actually endorsed again because that guy is fighting hard.
I like Josh. Josh
He's a good
Wolstahl,
guy.
longtime friend of the show here. You brought him on a couple years ago, and we followed his career. He does a lot here locally for the good guys, fighting on the good fight for the good guys.
The Doge team.
You know,
No,
he was mentioning
he-
he was mentioning too with Charlie Kirk with the once that assassination happened, I think he was on, and he said, there might be a major thoroughfare that runs right down the middle of Tampa that we may or may not be looking into renaming the Charlie Kirk Memorial
No
Highway.
kidding.
So that could be a big deal. We'll have to follow up with him.
But that would be very cool.
Yeah.
Would that split the road then? People wouldn't want to drive on it?
Yeah, only blue cars. Blue cars going one way, right?
Kind of like I heard there was 2 halftime shows the other day.
Yeah, there was.
Well, I didn't get to watch any of them.
Well, you can pull up Apple iTunes right now. If you look online, Kid Rock, where he redid the song of Cody Johnson, "Till You Can't," #1, and then the girl Gabby. I always forget her last name. But yeah, 4 of the top 5 were the turning point.
Was it good? Did you watch it?
I loved it. Yeah, it was great. It was American. It was, if you're an American and you love Jesus, you love the country, there's nothing not to like. And if you flip the channel to the other side, you got a bunch of butts in your faces and some Spanish speaking and some pretty bad lyrics from what I understand. I don't know.
A lot of trees.
Was it a lot of trees?
People dressed as trees.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was just a ridiculous
So that
halftime
divided it. So that's why I have this story for you. There's this guy, his dad passed away, and he went to his father's house to clean out his gun collection, and he found this magic lamp there. And he's a guy, so what does he do? He rubs it, out pops this blue genie.
Yeah.
And the blue genie says, "I am the Second Amendment genie. You can grant you one wish, but choose wisely." And the man thinks for a moment. He pulls out this world map. He says, "I want world peace." He points right to where Middle East is. "And I want all these countries to stop fighting for the people and the harmony and love each other forever." And the genie looks at him and kind of scratches his head. He says, "Dude, look, pal, I'm a genie. I don't have that kind of power. I mean, these guys have been fighting for thousands of years. I can't just change that." He said, "Think of something else that that I can actually work with and make it happen." So the guy sighs and he's all mad. So he folds the map back up. He goes, okay. He looks at this and he says, "Okay, I want to be able to have a perfectly balanced career and family, and to always say the right things to my spouse and never to feel stressed out about making her mad again." And the genie looks at him and shakes his head, yes. And then he says, "Well, let me see that map again."
Yeah.
But that's the thing, we actually could have world peace over there. In Middle East. You wake up every day and you get to decide if you're going to be a fighter, a mad guy, a mean guy, a happy guy. You get to do that every day, right? And you can choose to love God or whatever you want to do. So wake up and be a happy. Your life's going to be 10,000 times better. Stop fighting. Why are you guys fighting?
Yeah.
Just get over it. It's been thousands of years. Move on.
Have a positive mindset.
Dennis Prager. Life.
Well, Dennis Prager wrote a whole book about the art of happiness or something along those lines, the choice about happiness, because it's like you wake up, you brush your teeth, you clean your body up. The same thing with your attitude. You got to wake up and clean your attitude up, walk around with a positive intention and and just that overall persona that you have. And there's a thing in negotiations. I love teaching negotiation, and it's called the smiling effect. Just by simply smiling.
Yes.
If you're smiling and you're arguing with somebody, it's going to be hard for them to be mad at you and have a negative tone, right?
And tell them you love them. "Hey, man, you're the best. I'm so sorry. I'm a jerk. You're smiling the whole time." How can they be mad at you?
Yeah.
Have that right attitude. That's the one thing you should have everyone try to do for the entire day. Don't have a negative thought in your head. Just go through and just love life and have a good time.
It is a choice. It's a choice you have.
It's your choice.
Thomas, tell me about the 217 bill. You had mentioned that in the pre-show.
So Virginia, they're going crazy over there. I don't understand this, but it was a 749, that bill, and the House bill is 217, and they want to ban the sale of and manufacture and transfers of most popular firearms, rifles, shotguns, and this does nothing to stop shootings. It does nothing to the criminals. It only takes away from your God-given rights, and this only affects the good people, the good citizens that actually have a firearm. And when I've been here before, I've talked about statistics. I've gone over numbers. Numbers that are true, not the ones you see on media or social media or in the news. These are real numbers that firearms way outperform and save lives than take lives.
Yeah.
So you're just giving away these people's ability to protect their families from evil people.
Why is it the same party that wants to open up borders, make people wear mandatory masks, have no voter ID? Why is it the same party that seems to be constantly attacking our right to defend ourselves?
Because then you can't do fraud.
Yeah.
Right? You can't do all the crazy stuff. I mean, if you really think about it, money and firearms are basically the same thing. Money isn't evil, right? It doesn't have an intentions or thoughts. It's not looking for a good time or revenge. It's just a promissory note that the government put on there that's actually kind of worth something.
Yeah.
It used to be backed by gold in the 70s. But so if you gave someone $100, right, they could go out and buy food for their family. They could give $10 to the homeless people. They could give $20 to the church, and that's good deeds and good acts. But you give that $100, or if they work for $100, they could go out and buy alcohol, drugs, prostitute, or do even horrible. That's acts of evil. It's the person that's evil. Money isn't evil. The people are evil. Firearms aren't evil.
It's a utility.
People are evil. I'm around thousands of guns. I keep about $3 million worth of firearms around my building. I have a whole nother warehouse full of. I have hundreds of people coming every day to shoot and to train. They have live ammo. I've never been hurt. No one's been hurt. We don't hurt each other. Firearms don't just jump off the wall and hurt you. It's common sense, and it's so sad that I have to tell people this, but they've been brainwashed by the media and the news. If you really believe that firearms are horrible and you should take them away, well, then let's send our troops to a war and have them with no guns. Go out there and just say, hey, don't do that. Shake your finger at them very sternly.
Give them some playing cards.
It's not going to work well.
Give them some playing cards, maybe some Uno.
Some playing cards.
Here, let's play a game. It's
you
ridiculous.
got to prepare for war. That's the only way you can have peace these days.
Peace through strength, man. And yeah, absolutely. And if you just joined us, we're talking with Thomas King, Florida Firearms Academy. And, I just interviewed the sheriff, Galtieri. He was on yesterday's show. And he mimicked that hey, it's all about personal, whatever you feel confident carrying, and he said I'm for the Second Amendment. In one of our previous interviews too, he was against the open carry, the constitutional carry. You can conceal it. That's the best way to carry, because if you're open carry, you're just a target for the bad guys, right?
Well, that's what people like to think, and some people question that.
If you're open carry.
If you're open carrying, to me, I think if you're a bad guy, that's the first person they want to take out.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
But if I'm a bad guy and I see someone open carrying, I may say, I'm not going to rob that place too. It's kind of a deterrent, right?
It could
but
be,
I always want that element of surprise. I don't want to be the one knowing that I'm going to be the hero today. I want the bad guy to think that I'm just a victim, and next thing you know, it's going to be lights out because I'm going to save people and do my job.
Yeah, exactly. Like so many times you've seen in the church situation where the shooter comes in the church, the good guy with a gun stops him. And what's the saying? I heard a great saying from a friend of mine, Andrew. He said something like, why do you need a gun? Why do you need a gun? Well, when cops are minutes away, I need a gun in seconds. When seconds matter, cops are minutes away.
They do matter. And so I do so many home defense courses. I do a 3-month-long home defense course, and it's been sold out for 9 years. But it's all about you are the first responder. You're the one that has to stop and protect your family.
That's right.
And if you can't do it, you can't wait till someone shows up with the gun to do it, because it's going to be too late.
Yeah, exactly. So Florida Firearms Academy, you're a longtime friend of the show. You've been in that same location for many, many years. You've got some great classes going on there, children all the way up to seniors. You got special events happening. What's new with you?
So some cool events coming up is we're going to do a talent show, because I always like to just throw parties and have crazy parties. But our talent show is going to be for anything. You sing, you dance. It's got to be, respectful. It can't be something raunchy or anything. But I'm going to give away $1,000 first place, and second place going to win more gift certificates. We're going to give away guns, and we're going to have free food. And it's going to be a lot of fun. And then coming up shortly after that, we're invited the US Hwy down. They're going to bring about 20, 30 people down, but we're going to have some attorneys down that you can ask them questions that you're not able to ask anywhere, like all kinds of law questions and serious weird questions. We always get the weirdest questions, but then you don't have to pay someone $400. We're going to have a bunch of vendors there. It's going to be free lunch for everyone. We're going to have a simulated shoot outside though, so it's going to be in a next to my building, but it's going to be in like a big long giant double wide trailer thing, and you're going to be able to go in for free and do simulated shooting and see what it's really like and how to train and practice. Then we're going to have short classes in that as well, that you're going to learn, like, why don't you carry? What is stopping you from carrying, right? Because you ask that question to 1 million people, and they'll be like, I don't know why I don't carry. It's because my the firearm is too big, or I have the wrong holster, or I've never learned how to carry. Well, our courses, we take you from beginner to grandmaster. We have 40 different types of classes, training. We have you run through room, shoot bad guys, bowling pins, still targets, balloons. We do breaking down barricades. We do low light. We do all kinds of move and shoot, multiple targets. There's so many things that we do. In this class that I teach right now, it's a year-long course. It's 2 classes per month, but at the end, you're going to draw out, shoot 4 shots, center mass in under 1 second.
Yeah, that's amazing. I've seen some of the videos of that too. I want to shift gears real quick before the break here and invite people to our next party. We're going to be over at Crown and Bull on Thursday the 19th, 6 o'clock. Now, you're invited. Our audience is invited. We're one of the rare radio shows that I know of that actually invite their audience. So all of our radio show expert contributors will be there. Most of them will come. Crown and Bull at Main Street in Dunedin. Come on out Thursday the 19th, 6 o'clock. You're invited. We also invite our previous sellers, buyers, investors. First drink provided by D-Rock, Dominic Rock over at First American Home Warranty. Come on out. We hope to see you there Thursday the 19th. Save the date, 6 o'clock. Crown and Bull. Dion Falzone is gracious. He's the owner, a friend of ours, friend of the program. So
I'm
we're
going to
donate
a $350 gift certificate so you can pass out that night if you pass out tickets. How
nice,
about that?
dude.
So you can bring a bigger crowd.
Great. Awesome, man. Well, thanks for doing that.
I'll be out of the country, though. So
okay, yeah, he's traveling. He's a traveling man. FFAtampa.com. More from Thomas King coming up on the flip side. We're going to talk a little bit about Florida Doge as well, that effort to eliminate and significantly reduce property taxes in the state of Florida. Big topic, going to be on the ballot, hopefully, in November. So more with Thomas King here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey, this is Grant Cardone, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show, hosted by my friend Brandon Rimes. Do not touch that dial. I'll come right through the radio and grab your throat.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com.
Did you know that we buy houses cash? We can close quickly for a all-cash offer on your real estate properties, residential, commercial, even vacant land. We'll buy your property cash. No cleaning, no showings, and no hassles. You can even possibly stay in your home post-closing. Call Brandon at 813-917-1894. Submit the email at consumerqb.com or call 813-917-1894. consumerqb.com. We buy houses cash and fast. Attention business owners, did you know we have 100% financing options available? Our no money down program offers 100% financing for business owners. If you are currently leasing your commercial space, you can purchase real estate for no money down. Additionally, the program offers money for working capital, equipment, and business fixtures. You can even pay off current business debt. Reach out at 813-917-1894. Call or text 813-917-1894. brimes at kw.com. And that is our 100% financing, no money down program for business owners. We would love to help you buying, selling, or investing in real estate. 813-917-1894. brimes at kw.com. Ours Creole Smokehouse, the official Pinellas County restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Say hello to Doug Clark, chef and owner Doug Clark, 310 East Tarpon Avenue, Tarpon Springs, ourscreole.com. Ours Creole Smokehouse, 310 East Tarpon Avenue, Tarpon Springs, ourscreole.com. Excellent food, wonderful ambiance. Say hello to our friend Doug Clark. If you're facing an insurance claim, don't just trust the insurance company to have your best interests at heart. This is Brandon Rimes, Consumer Quarterback Show. Reach out to rightwaypa.com. Our friend Derek Coble at rightwaypa.com.
Dennis Prager here for Brandon and Lindsay Rimes, owners of the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams. Buying, selling, investing in real estate, their nationwide Keller Williams network makes them the best team to work with. Sellers, have your property featured live on air, creating multiple offers. Buyers, leverage a unique system that gets your offer accepted, never overlooked. Call or text 813-750-0550, 813-750-0550, or consumerqb.com.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes. Online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-917-1894.
All right, welcome back. Consumer Quarterback Show. Thomas King, Florida Firearms Academy, in studio with us. Always helping you win in any marketplace, especially as a consumer advocate here in Tampa Bay. Featuring our listings on air. We got some great listings, about 45 current listings. If you're looking to buy vacant land, commercial, residential properties, we would love to help you. Here's a vacant lot available in Hudson. This one's 6374 Boatyard Drive, vacant lot, corner lot location on the Gulf. You're literally the last lot on the Gulf here. This one's 6374 Boatyard Drive, Hudson, Florida, 3.37 acres, so just over a third of an acre land. You have 176 feet of brand new concrete seawall, boat ramp that was just recently redone. So build your dream home right here on a beautiful lot in Hudson, Florida, Gulf front community. Hudson Beach, just a short golf cart or boat ride away. Great location, about 45 minutes from the TIA, that's the Tampa International Airport. 2488 Del Rio Way in Dunedin. Another beautiful remodel that just recently got redone. Beautiful property, brand new listing, just hit the market. 321, 1407 square feet. And you have all new kitchen, quartz countertops, white shaker cabinetry, stainless steel appliances, farm sink, breakfast bar, nook. A beautiful fenced-in backyard there, plenty of room for the dog to play. And you have a large laundry room there with plenty of storage as well. Completely redone all the way through. You've got new windows and everything here. 2488 Del Rio Way, Dunedin, Florida. You can see all of our listings online at platinummvpteam.kw.com. And you can see all of our radio and TV show expert contributors at consumerqb.com.
He's just made in America.
All right, Thomas King in the studio with us. Florida Doge, man. Have you been following that?
No,
the Florida Doge.
Just from what Commissioner is telling me.
Yeah. So you have also the office of FAFO. You know what that means, right? FAFO. So the Florida Agency for Fiscal Oversight. So some of these counties are FA and FNO, and man, I'll tell you, like even down in St. Petersburg, they have alleged financial mismanagement, claiming the city's budget grew by nearly $133 million over 6 years, despite only gaining 11,000 residents. He said that the residents were overtaxed by $49 million from 2019 to 2015. Bloated bureaucracy, 371 new hires, only 65 of whom were first responders, and argued the government should not grow faster than the population. So Mayor Ken Welch, of course, disputed Ingolia's claims, calling them politically motivated. Blah, blah, blah. They don't like to be called out when they get busted.
Sure.
For.
I think the only way they can make this right is everyone gets a new Escalade.
There you go.
Wouldn't that be fair? Right?
Yeah.
I mean, some kind of incentive.
Well, in New York, I mean, they said they're going to get free bus rides and free this, and now they're getting a lot of free trash piled up on the side of the road, at least from the videos. I've seen a bunch of the videos.
Pushing the bus.
Oh, my gosh.
Pushing the bus.
It was stuck in the snow.
Oh, man, stuck in the snow.
Well, do we have a lot of fraud down here? From,
Well,
like daycares and...
not Somali daycares. Yeah, that's mostly up in Minneapolis, from what I see.
I'll tell you this much, though. I know I will bet everything that I have right now.
Yeah.
I know 100% I will never, ever be shot by an ICE agent. 100%.
Okay.
I know
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
I'm not going to play that game.
Yeah.
I don't understand what people are doing. I mean, you're screaming at people with firearms all day and throwing things at.
Yeah.
I'm surprised it hasn't gotten actually more out of control. Can you imagine
Yeah.
the flip side of the coin if thousands of conservatives went over to them and screamed at them and threw things at them? I mean, there would be a war breaking out.
Yeah.
They're not mad. You're taking it out on an ICE agent. You're not mad at him. You're mad at the laws. Go after the people that make the laws. If you really want to change, I mean, I always try to see both sides of the argument.
Yeah.
But if they really want to make the change, it's not the ICE agent's fault. He's just doing what he's paid
These
to
are
do.
paid. These are paid. Basically
Protesters.
Marxist. Yeah, they're Marxists. It's the start of a communist revolution in the country, and it's only the blue cities. You got Minneapolis. You got Chicago, where they really push back. Portland, L.A. Look at L.A. Look at California.
What's the going rate to be a paid protester.
You know, it's interesting.
Is it a lot?
Yeah, some of them get a lot of money, man.
Really?
I've seen some of that, some of the ads on
Paying
there.
all that? Is it so?
Thomas King, we're about out of time. How do you want people to connect with you, man?
Well, I just want you to go on Facebook or go to ffatampa.com. You can always give me a call at 813-221-FIRE. There's 30 different licensed instructors there ready to help you out and make sure that you become proficient to being able to protect your family.
221-FIRE. When's the next party? When's the next event?
So I'll put up all that soon because I'll be out
On
of
the
country.
website?
I don't know yet.
Okay, cool. Yeah, follow his website. I've actually won a couple guns
You
from
want all
Florida-
kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I've won some stuff, man. Some good stuff. FFAtampa.com. You can find him online. Stop by his location right there in Tampa as well. Coming up, Lonnie Veasley. We're going to switch gears, talk about business brokers, Tampa Bay M&A advisors. He is a business transfer specialist. Another cool industry, selling businesses, buying, selling businesses. That gray tsunami happening where a lot of people are retiring and saying, hey, I don't want this business anymore. Coming up, Lonnie Veasley, Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
This is Warwick Dunn, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show hosted by my man, Brandon Rimes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, Consumer Quarterback Show. Welcome in Lonnie Veasley, Tampa Bay M&A Advisors. And that M&A, I believe that stands for mergers and acquisitions, right? Business broker. Give us a little teaser of what we're going to talk about, Lonnie.
Just talk about some new deals and also recruiting some brokers too.
Okay.
After doing this 14 years, start passing along what I know.
There you go. So you're bringing some understudies on, some apprentice.
Yeah, I've got a couple already coming on end of the month or next month.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like that. Good, man. That's great. Yeah, build a little team. Build the team up. That's good.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so buying, selling, and businesses. You want a valuation on your business? Stay tuned. We're going to talk with Lonnie here on the program, and he is a business transfer specialist with his company, Tampa Bay M&A Advisors. Talking with him here. We'll get into a little bit of Florida Doge. We kind of teased it a little bit last segment with Thomas King, but we'll talk a little bit about that and what that might look like. The state legislature, they're putting forth multiple bills, and we don't want that. We want one clean bill that has something to the effect of, hey, do you want to eliminate, or maybe it says something like significantly reduce your property taxes for primary residences, owner-occupied? And I think the common sense voter would say, yeah, and we need 60%. But if they put forth 5-6 different bills, it's going to confuse the voters, and you're not going to get 60%. You're going to get, maybe 20% on one, 35% on the other. It's just going to water down the vote. So that's not what we want. That's not what DeSantis has done this for. So we'll talk more about that here coming up on the program. We always feature our listings on air, part of our strategy to help sellers sell faster for more money with less headaches, maximizing the exposure and the profit on the sale of our real estate listings. We got some great opportunities here. 12941 Wildflower Meadow Drive. This one's in Riverview. It's Hillsborough County. This one is in a gated community, beautiful community here in Riverview. You have 5 bedrooms, 2.5 bath, 2-car garage, 2,949 square feet, located in Triple Creek. It's a vibrant Riverview community with 990 acres of planned development. You also have a kitchen that's designed by a former chef. It's a stylish kitchen, stainless steel appliances, sleek granite countertops, plenty of space to entertain guests. You have hurricane shutters as well, and resort-style amenities, multiple swimming pools, fitness center, playground, walking trails, and more at 12941 Wildflower Meadow Drive in Riverview, Florida. Let's take a look at 5729 Garden Lakes Palm in Bradenton. This one is a listing from Doug on our team. 2-2, it's 1,456 square feet, 55-plus community in the community of Garden Lakes. It's a well-designed space, abundant natural lighting, pond views, and access to a shared deck on the pond there. So you got water views, beautiful property, nice curb appeal there, and lighter color flooring in the property. Great opportunity. You also have a enclosed screen room with glass windows framing the beautiful pond and your water view. Check out 5729 Garden Lakes Palm, Bradenton, Florida. Great opportunity to buy real estate right here in beautiful Tampa Bay. Buying, selling, investing, or refinancing. We would love to talk to you. You can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. You can search the MLS there. And you can see all of our radio and TV show expert contributors and link over to our YouTube channel at consumerqb.com.
This is God's country.
All right, Lonnie Veasley back in studio. How's the new year treating you, man? Everything good?
Really good, really good. That deal closed, and it got one closing early next month, and just got one under contract. Construction company.
Nice. Yeah, and you'd mentioned before on previous shows some of the best industries for you and your businesses are the trades.
Yeah, about 60-70% over the last 5-6 years have been trades.
Yeah,
it's been a little tougher, for the smaller ones. Like if it's under $5 million, with the SBA rule changes with the licensing, they want, if the buyer doesn't have the license, they want the seller now to be a partial guarantor on the loan. So.
Okay.
That's been a little tricky. Before, they would allow the seller to carry the license, and then some banks, were okay if we had a backup qualifier. Okay. But now it's getting tougher, but we'll find a way to get it done.
Yeah. So SBA, so $5 million and under now, they're going to want the seller, the owner, the current owner, when he sells it, they're going to want them to hang around for a little while and be a part of the business.
If the buyer, all SBA, the max the SBA loan is $5 million. So the bigger deals aren't SBA; they're cash or structured differently. But the deals under $5 million, they'll loan up to $5 million. But if the buyer does not have the license, the seller can qualify the business so they can run the business. But the bank wants now the seller to be a partial guarantor on the loan.
Oh, okay. It gets a little hairy.
Yeah. The last deal I did, they actually did that. The sellers actually were a guarantor on the loan, but they're going to stick around for a year or two. But 90% of sellers or anybody doesn't want to do that. They want to sell and get out of there. They
Clean
don't
break.
Tie to it. Yeah.
Yeah. How much of that is true out there? Is it kind of like that gray tsunami where you see the 65-year-old, looking to sell, get out of the business? The kids may not want to have anything to do with the business, the family business. In a lot of cases, is that your typical client? Are they kind of aging out, or is it young flippers? They're flipping businesses. What are you seeing?
Mostly older. Every now and then I get someone in their 40s or something like that, but most people are up in their 60s, and there's some that are still holding on. There's a guy I've been talking to for 12 years. I think he's 72, 73, but he's got it running semi-absentee, so he's okay. But yeah. It hasn't happened. When I first got in 14 years ago, that's what they were saying. The tsunami's coming. But it's been a trickle, which is good because there's not enough of us to handle all these deals.
Yeah, that's interesting to see, man. You look at also shows like Mike Rowe with his, famous, shows like Hard Working Man and Dirty Jobs and all that kind of thing. You see that this push towards technology and data centers and the extensive demand that it's going to have in terms of electrical. So it seems like electricians, any kind of business relating to those types of functions or sectors should be a hot area right now.
Yeah, that is. They just don't sell as much for some reason. They're holding on to them. The HVAC and plumbing, those are selling a lot, and they're merging together. The electric companies, for some reason, I get that, every 3 years or so.
Yeah.
Or usually every year I get a plumbing or HVAC company.
Interesting. Yeah.
I don't know what that means or why they're not selling. But.
Because one of the guys running for governor, he's got a little less name recognition than Byron Donalds, or who we had on the show. Jay Collins has now officially launched his campaign for governor. I think we're going to have him back on. Dave said he was talking to his team. He's going to be back on next month or so. Have another visit with him, hopefully to replace Governor DeSantis. One of the others, Fishbox, his last name, but he was talking about. I heard him on a podcast, and he was talking about the data centers. Because we don't really, a lot of people. It's kind of like some of these projects. You don't want them in your backyard, and a big data center. Sometimes it sounds good on paper, but it's not really what we want here. It attracts the wrong types of people. You have the EB1 visas, EB5 visa, whichever one it is. So you get a lot of folks that, at least in the past presidencies, you had a lot of, folks coming from overseas, India or whatever it might be. But I think that's going to happen on the East Coast. But, it's interesting to see because these data centers have a huge strain on the meters. So it's behind the meter is the term that we're using now for state and local governments to say, hey, look, if you're going to bring this big development in, then you need to account for your own electrical supply in terms of electricity. So they're going to have to build their own generators and things like that, at least, is what he's saying.
Yeah, do we still have a lot here? I remember when I moved here in 2002, this was like the data center mecca of the world, but from what I understand, they moved out like overseas and things like that. Like if you look at Nielsen Media or across the street, United Healthcare, those are big call centers, and I hear they're empty now.
Maybe so. Technology. I mean, Texas is drawing some people. Some of the others. I know Mike Murphy with Murphy Auto Group. He was on the show a couple weeks ago. He mentioned that Hyundai has put a plant in America, like in Arkansas. So we're seeing manufacturing coming back. I think it's something like 31 groundbreakings that the Trump administration has encouraged through the tariff programs. So that'll be interesting to see how all that plays out and how Florida will attract people. But Tampa Bay, one of the best economies. Are you seeing that, kind of feeling that out there too in your business?
I mean, people still want to move here. A lot of the buyers and things like that, they want to come to Tampa Bay. I mean, I'm hearing that people aren't moving here anymore, but I'm seeing a lot of buyers from all over the nation want to come here.
Yeah, I think so, especially with what's going on in New York, with Mondani and those different areas, Minneapolis, Minnesota, Chicago. I think they're going to have people moving down. If you just joined us, we're talking with Lonnie Veasley, Tampa Bay M&A Advisors. If you're thinking about buying a business, selling a business, or Lonnie, if they just want a valuation on a business to help put a number on their business, will you help them with that?
Oh, yeah, we do that. And sometimes just give them a number if they just want a quick, depending on the industry. I just need a calculator and look at their numbers or the napkin, and I can do that. But if they need a report, we have different types of reports that they need. Sometimes they need them if there's a divorce. We get that from family law attorneys or a judge or different types if they want to buy out a partner. Or a lot of times they just want to find out where they're at today so then they can plan for 2 to 5 years down the road.
Right. Yeah, I want to put one up on the screen, Dave, the Weeki Wachee Marina. I want you to take a look at this one, Lonnie, because I've got this one listed. We got there's a couple buyers kind of taking a little chomp at it, but when you look at something like this, so we're putting on the screen at 7154 Shoreline Boulevard if you're watching our stream either on Rumble, YouTube, or one of the others. But you got a well-established waterfront business here with three lots on the Weeki Wachee River here, access to the bay, access to the Gulf, and multiple income streams. So here you've got John boat, kayak, paddleboard rentals. You've got dock space where they rent out to commercial vessels like airboats. You also have private vessel storage. You also have a retail building that has fishing, boating supplies, snacks and sodas, things like that. On-site ice machine, so they got one of the large ice machines. People come out, the fishermen fill up their big coolers. You also have upstairs living space, which above the retail store, so that's either for a live-in manager or maybe an extra rental. Maybe you rent that out in a short-term, long-term rental. And then you also have a long-standing team in place that has service and repair operations. So you have a Suzuki servicer. People bring their boats and their different things in for repair. So something like that, kind of unique there, right? You get the value of the business, but then you also have the land, the future income potential, and then coming off of a couple years of hurricanes and a little bit of a down tourism cycle for this Gulf Coast. How would you look at that? What would your initial thoughts be there?
Well, I mean, it's a little different. Those are more of the commercial real estate than what we do anytime we get marinas. But I mean, I would definitely look at the cash flow, see what it's bringing in to that to the owner with all the three different types of income streams. But I would definitely market to those cold weather states. There's people sometimes they just want to buy the business, and something like this on the water is cool to them. Do you guys market nationwide when you hit these?
Yeah, absolutely. We're putting it out there through a lot of different social sites, of course, the web presences that were out there, LoopNet, Crexy, you have the CoStar, the different social sites. And then, one of the cool things with technology-wise with Keller Williams is that our tech experts, our tech nerds are friendly with the Facebooks and the Google, C-class executives, so to speak. So now, when we spend our dollars for those types of functions online to promote, we're able to get, a little extra bang for the buck because of the algorithm, something to do with the algorithm. The way that it plays there. But yeah, I could see, a New Yorker coming down, spending a couple $1 million, $3 million on something like that, and building a nice little business there.
Yeah, let me know. We can probably partner up with you or something. Our places are different than we market, and
Yeah.
just give you more exposure. So maybe we can talk about that and
Just do
get
it.
it out there for you.
More exposure, man.
Yeah.
Get it, because it is a unique situation. You got a business there, commercial real estate. It's kind of a unique situation. Tell us about some of your listings you have, Lonnie.
Well, I got some new ones coming up. I'm still working on that seawall repair company, and there's a bike shop out in New Tampa. Asking, I think under $1 million for that one, but I've got a manufacturing company coming up with real estate. It should be over $5 million. Like I told you earlier, I can't tell you what type of manufacturing specialty. They're one of the few, if not only, that do it in Florida.
Okay.
And still working on the paving company as far as getting all their financials. It's the time of the year now. I was waiting for everyone's financials from their CPA, their year-end 2025s, and now I'm starting to get all those. So been slammed just doing valuations, tell them, hey, we can sell for this amount or that amount. And
Yeah. Are you hearing that some of your folks are getting higher than expected tax returns? Have you kind of seen or heard any of that? Because the big beautiful bill had in it a bunch of exceptions, for no tax on tips, overtime, Social Security, some of those things, and then I know there's some stuff there for business owners too.
I've all the deals I have, he's just real organized. Only one of them has filed their 2025 returns. Most wait a little bit, or they file the extension. So I can ask him, but I have not heard that yet.
Yeah, I've heard that's a strategy, to not file right away.
I don't.
If you wait, it's a strategy, they say, because you have less of a chance of getting audited because you're kind of put to the back of the line. So, and then some people do it for time value of money as well.
Yeah.
If you're paying in quarterly, it comes down to that time value of money, $1 today versus $1, 6 months from now, those types of things. So
yeah. The only thing is when you are selling your business, especially if it's under $5 million,
Right.
and let's say it's April and you did an extension, well, the bank wants to see 2025, so I'm always chasing them down. Like, no, you need to get them filed. They want to see the tax returns before you close.
Yes.
That's the only issue when you're selling, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Not,
it's that catch-22, man. It's always that catch-22. They want less shown, but then they want more value, and it's it's kind of a catch-22. Lonnie Veasley here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, Tampa Bay M&A Advisors, and a longtime friend of the show, buying a business, selling a business, investing in a business, or if you want a valuation of the business, reach out to the show. We'll put you in touch with Lonnie. Let's take a quick break, and we'll come back. I want to talk a little bit more about Florida Doge, a little bit about the latest happening there and the office of the CFO, Blazing Golia. $2 billion in excessive waste found, excessive waste and spending here. And also, we might play a clip here. I got an interesting clip with Ice Cube recently on Tucker Carlson. Quick break, right back. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Thanks for listening to my daddy's show. Please make sure to send him all of your real estate deals and subscribe to the Consumer Quarterback Show podcast on iTunes and Spotify, or check out our YouTube channel. Have a blessed day.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com.
Tired of long lines at the airport? Check out Tampa Bay's premier private jet source. I'm Brandon Rimes for Will Smith Aviation. Aircraft management, acquisition, and sales, luxury jet escapes, and packages. Check them out online. WillSmithAviation.com. That's WillSmithAviation.com. Or call the show. I'll put you right in touch directly with Captain Will Smith. AmericaFirstPatriotStore.com for all of your non-woke, American-made products. American values, Christian, conservative American values. Say hello to my business partner, Jim McCune at AmericaFirstPatriotStore.com. David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin.com. Say hello to Shane Socash, longtime friend of the Consumer Quarterback Show, 4009 Central Avenue, St. Petersburg, online at DavidReynoldsJewelryandCoin.com for all of your precious metals and jewelry design. David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin.com. Hey, Brandon Rimes here for Jason Coble, owner of Coble Law. Coble Law has been handling injury cases in Tampa for the past 14 years and has a specialized approach focused on limiting client cost and maximizing client profit. TampaWorkCompLaw.com, TampaWorkCompLaw.com. Jason Coble, longtime friend of the Consumer Quarterback Show, personal injury law, and work comp law. Hey, Brandon Rimes here for our friends at TargetSurveying.net for all of your surveying needs. Land surveying firm providing services for real estate since 1992, and they are statewide. Check them out online, TargetSurveying.net. That's TargetSurveying.net. Selling commercial, vacant land, or residential properties? Don't leave money on the table. List with the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. I'm Brandon Rimes. You can reach me at 813-917-1894. Call or text 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. That's consumerqb, like quarterback.com. Buying, selling, investing, or refinancing? We would love to talk to you. Thank you so much and have a blessed day.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes. Online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-917-1894.
All right, Consumer Quarterback Show, Platinum MVP team, Keller Williams Realty. We're talking with Lonnie Veasley here, Tampa Bay M&A Advisors. We'll get a couple listings in here as well. I also want to mention, I was listening to Mike Gallagher's show this morning. Does a great job, my friend Mike here. He's nationally syndicated. And he gave out the number for Leader Thune, Senator John Thune. He's the one that's holding up the SAVE Act. So we want to pass the SAVE Act. It's really simple. We believe that in America, you have to have an ID to vote. You should be required to show a photo ID. We've all heard it. Oh, you got to have a photo to get on an airplane. You got to buy liquor, whatever. Let's pass the SAVE Act. Senator Thune, Leader Thune, the phone number is 202-224-3121. Call and be respectful, but let them know this is the direct number to the U.S. Congress, 202, it's the old D.C. area code there, 202-224-3121, and let them know you want to pass the SAVE Act. I did that. I called this morning and left a voicemail. Respectfully, sir, we want to see this on the floor, and we don't know why it hasn't already been on the floor. We've got millions of illegals in the country, and they shouldn't be voting. They should not be voting, and that's unfortunate. One party wants it, and it seems like some of the leadership in one party's for it. They're okay with it. We're not. I'm not. So let's make sure we spread that word. 202-224-3121. Call Leader Thune and let him know what your thoughts are about that. All right, couple of listings here, and we'll get right back into it with Lonnie Veasley on the Consumer Quarterback Show. All right, let's take a look at, we've got a 103 Brigadoon Drive, Clearwater, another listing that we have here in Clearwater, close to the beaches, 103 Brigadoon Drive. It's a 1536 square feet, updated 3-story residence, no rear neighbors, low HOA fee, modern kitchen, granite countertops, and a pet-friendly community. Clearwater Beach, just 8 miles away from 103 Brigadoon Drive, Clearwater, Florida. Another great opportunity to buy real estate right here in Tampa Bay. 14135 Cypress Circle, Tampa. We've got a 2-2 condo for sale. This is a 222. You got a 2-car garage there as well. Villa-style condo, Cypress clusters in Carrollwood Village. People love Carrollwood. It's a great area, beautiful property, completely renovated, updated, great opportunity. You got a community pool there as well. 14135 Cypress Circle, Tampa. You can see all of our listings, Platinum MVP Team.kw.com, and you can see all of our radio and TV show experts at consumerqb.com. All right, Lonnie Veasley in studio with me. Lonnie, final thoughts, top tips, nuggets of advice, buying, selling a business. What comes to mind?
Just make sure you have your financials ready. Whether you're buying kind of like a house, make sure you get pre-approved for the SBA. Usually you can get away with the business, putting 10 to 20% down, maybe less if the seller holds a note. And same thing with the sellers. I know we talked about taxes. You do what you want to do for 20, 30 years, hide all you want to, but when you're ready to sell 3 years in advance, show as much profit as you can, because every dollar you're taking from the IRS, we can get you at least $3 back, and probably more in different type of companies like software or pest control in Florida.
That's a great idea.
Companies go for a higher multiple.
That's a great nugget. So every dollar that you're hiding from the IRS, that is, somebody MLS IRS. So every dollar that essentially you're saying, hey, I want to hide this money, I want to try to keep my profit. When you go to sell, switch that up, show more on your tax return, show more profit, and essentially that's going to be a multiplier for the valuation of the business.
Correct. I mean, there's some things you can do like depreciation or automobile expense. That's if you're just driving to and from the office or something like that. That's fine. Travel might be okay, but when you start doing things like office expense should be $5,000, but it's $25,000, or if you have a construction related company, I've gotten that a lot where they show me their financials and they say, hey, in 2024 we put $100,000 into our house, but we ran it through the company. That kind of stuff's hard because it's hard to differentiate from your house and the business.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're not supposed to do that either way. You're going to get your corporate veil pierced and have all kinds of challenges there. You could potentially. Lonnie Veasley, Tampa Bay M&A Advisors, online at tampabay-ma.com. And the best place to find you, Lonnie, is at tampabay-ma.com.
Yep, correct.
All right, good stuff. Reach out to Lonnie if you're selling a business, buying a business, or you want a valuation. Thanks for tuning in to the Consumer Quarterback Show. We greatly appreciate everybody out there. We've seen an uptick in calls lately. Thank you so much for supporting the Consumer Quarterback Show, the Platinum MVP team, and all of our expert contributors. We want you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Do something kind for one another. Be a force for good in the community. And we'll see you next time. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Call Brandon Rimes at 813-917-1894. That's 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for the Consumer Quarterback Show.